Welcome, my friends, to the God Creator of Mankind podcast. I'm your host, Vivencio Masiler Jr. from Iloilo City, Philippines. And our guest right now is Sister Florence Ajuzie. She is a reverend sister, a nurse, a life coach, and a lawyer. She lives in the UK right now, but she she's from Nigeria.
That's right.
Um, Her mission is to eliminate poverty. She wants to build a sustainable healthcare facility for poor communities in Africa and educate ignorant minds to learn and change their unhealthy ways. Okay. Um, the topics we're going to cover right now is about God, um, poverty, all about hospital, peace, and development. Um, she wants to inspire people with her work. So let's welcome Sister Ihechi. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any message you have for our audience right now?
Yeah. Yes, obviously I do. I do. Yes, I'm very glad to that you invited me to your podcast. I'm very honored to be here today with you, honestly, and to talk about my mission and about how we can help our people, both in the Philippines and also in Africa. We are brothers and sisters. Seeing our people suffering it's not something that we will continue to look at and let it go for uh, go like that. We have to do something, and so this is the reason I I entered, or I just enrolled myself to do this podcast. Yes.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you tell us your goals and mission in life? What are those goals? What is
Yes.
it that you want to accomplish?
Yes. My goal is to help people, is of service to people, to help them to eliminate poverty, to enrich people, for them to grow in wealth, also in knowledge, in wisdom, to promote peace and harmony in the world, and also to love God. How to, no matter what we do, first of all, we have to acknowledge God. That without God, we cannot do anything. We cannot be what we want to be. So the most important thing for me is, if you love God, you will love your neighbor. You will love yourself and also love your neighbor, and also try to do good to the other. So my mission is to help the people in Africa to, especially starting from where I come from, to establish a functioning healthcare facility. This is based also on my experience over there. What happened to me, what happened to my dad, the experiences I had is a tragic one, that I could not get um, any functioning hospital locally in my area, that I had to carry my father, who is ill, or who was ill at that time, to go to the hospital, which took us like 8 hours in order to get in order to get some kind of care, which is really not a care, so to say. It is, we were there just to feel as if we were in the hospital, but there was nothing functioning in that place. No x-ray, no blood bank, no CT scan, no medication. I mean, what is it? You know, this prompts me to, when I came back to the UK, to say, no, enough is enough. Let me start doing something to show, and, bit of action, and see also that when you start something with God, there is nothing you cannot accomplish. Yeah.
It's so sad that what happened to your father, but through that experience, you have changed a lot of things, and you managed to have that passion in your life to have a hospital in
Yes.
Africa. That's
Mm-hmm.
so great and so awesome to do.
Mm.
Um, okay. What do you think of the poverty around the world or in Africa? Can you say anything about poverty?
Yeah, the word poverty is like a sickness. It's like a curse, and which nobody wishes the other. And the poverty is also man created poverty, because there is enough for everyone in this planet. There is enough for everyone.
Yes.
There is no need for to say we are feeding the hungry, those who are hungry. We are, those who are beggars. Unless if you want to beg, unless if you want to be hungry, and these are man-made situation, for hardship for others to suffer, for them to glorify in their own richness, or for you to come and beg and bend down and worship the other in order for them to provide for you. But if there is love, and people can share the what God has blessed us with in this planet,
Yes.
there is definitely and absolutely, enough to share, to
Yeah.
go around, that nobody should, lack or be in poverty. It is terrifying. In Look at the centuries, from century to century, but every time we are going to help the poor, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. This is also mindsets. People, they have made it that, okay, Africa is a poor country, and therefore it remains a poor country. Why can't we change? Why can't something change? Why can't we grow? Why can't we take off this cause of poverty and bless ourselves with riches and wealth and health, and be like, live as God has wished us to live in this planet? This is my take on poverty, and it should not. Nobody should suffer. Nobody should suffer for, you know, for food, for water, for health. That there is no need for that. It is we human beings that has created this poverty for us, for our own selfish interest. Yeah.
Awesome words there, sister. I'm so agree with you. Okay, let's go back to the main topic. What are your main thoughts about God? Can you, what do you think about who God is? Your,
Well, I have some. My God is my God. And I love my God, and I have God. In my mind every time, everywhere I go, and it's in my consciousness. It's in my everything. In what I breathe, my breathing, my watching, my reading, my everything is there is. I have God in me, and I believe that God lives in me, and that godliness is goodness, and that is what is inspiring me to also take action in doing good. And yeah, God is good, and we are children of God, and we are created in His image, and there is, if we are little piece of from God, therefore let that little thing shine. Let that little piece of godliness and goodness shine. And then that simple atom or simple thing will generate and will spread and will overcome evil. No, any little thing you do for, for God and with God, you will, it will grow and, to what you cannot even imagine.
Yes, yes, awesome.
That's my taking of, about God. Yeah.
Just awesome ideas you have, Sister Ihechi. And I'm so, I love your passion, your drive towards your goals.
Thank you.
How about the concerning hospital? Do you have any knowledge about hospitals and how what you're going to construct?
Yeah. Yeah. About the hospital, it is not only my own on my own self. I'm trying to see if I can build it in collaboration of other institutions, like people who supports projects, like companies who supports projects, and I believe there are things like that. And also find treatments and or how to manage their health, and also compassion to them, feeling that there is someone or people who really is looking after them and care for them. Yeah. It is not it is a long-term project, but I hope with God it will be done, and God will give me help me, and good people or good companies that will support me to start and finish it.
I do hope and pray so, sister, that you will find all the support that you need and the people that could help you out in whatever
Yes.
endeavor that you
Mm-hmm.
need, especially about the hospital.
Thank
I
you.
pray to God will provide you everything you need. Okay. The next is about peace. Um, what about your knowledge about peace? Can you share to our audience?
Yeah, my emblem is that of peace, grace, and gratitude. Um, First of all, you have to find peace within yourself, in your family, in your within your own community. And that peace, once you have peace within you, that peace spreads. But once you are fighting within yourself, there is war within yourself, hatred, anger, jealousy, envy, all that vices is what creates war. And this is what we do not want. Peace, I believe that maybe in our generation or maybe not, but there will be a time where there will be, people working for peace, making peace, to establish peace in this world. That at a time, uh, peace will reign and everybody will be tired of war, and everybody go back to your home and live in peace. So this is there is, if you watch what is going on, where people wars everywhere, it's just brothers or sisters and sisters. This is what is causing war. Nothing. If you count this piece of land, this, and at the end of your time, you will go with nothing. You will die empty. You will die, not being satisfied with yourself, because you have lived your life in, in war, in uproar, in turmoil, and in selfishness. But where there is love, where there is peace, where there is joy, harmony, and everybody is happy, everybody's happy. Yeah. And for me, God has given us everything. It's up to us to choose whether we want war or whether we want peace. You know, it's up to us, human being. And I believe, it is us, human being, who is inducing this war for financial benefit, to sell arms, to do this, do that, for also to prove maybe this country is better than this country, and this is this I am the best, or I am senior to you. Once you start with all these things, then that is the beginning of war and uproar in a society. Yeah, there's nothing better than more than peace in this life. Yeah.
Yes, I do love peace. I want to love, and I love happiness, and
Yes.
I want that kind of world too. And we strive hard for it. Okay. My sister, how about what can you say about the development of the world today, and about your knowledge about the way things are developing?
I think the way things are developing,
Yeah.
you are in the better position to say that than me,
Uh,
because you go far. The way things are developing is faster than we human beings can, actually, go with. The technology is far, far ahead of what the technology is so fast. It's the fastest pace that we most of us cannot meet up. Take for instance the simple podcast we're doing. A lot of things that are involved, and which we did not know. I personally didn't know all so many things exist in this simple gadget we are having. And when you open it, and then you will know that, oh my God, is this one here? Oh, this, I don't know this, I don't know that. So many things. I think the world is growing too fast, and we are forgetting our our fundamentals. We are forgetting whom we are, or what we are meant to be, and the values we have to come up with.
awesome. Yes. Yes, that's true.
Sorry, it
I
was the yeah. So the the moment the moment we know that technology has taken place, it is very difficult for us to meet up, especially we growing a little bit older now. Yeah, the older generation, they cannot meet up at all. They are far behind, and but in all this, uh, first to know whom you are, secondly to know to understand your neighbor, to create peace, to create love, and also try to communicate with with people, and not all with all these gadgets and yeah, or whatnot. Yeah, this is the world is growing at a level. Yeah, we are trying so hard to come up with. But I believe God knows all these things, and the reason why it is so. Some of them are make things simple. Some of them are very, very complicating our lives. So yeah, that's my own take. If I think about it, I should say, I should go with the little. I'm comfortable with, and leave the rest. Yeah, I must not know everything. Mm.
It's awesome take
Yeah.
about the technology and everything.
Yes, that is the most yeah, and also a lot of other things in the social aspect. The humanity has also changed, of which is God alone that can know the how to solve it, and we just we better just stick with what we know, and leave the rest. Just close your eyes and stay, be whom you are and what you want to achieve in life. Yeah.
And
Mm.
we continue to
So
pray
it's
for the best
yeah,
outcome.
yeah. It is a lot. There are a lot of distraction if you continue to dip in and dip in. It's very, very distracting.
Yeah.
But it should, you know, children of God should come back to their senses, and when they notice that they are going too far, they should come back and meditate and reflect if that is the right path to take or not. And then for me, simplicity, it's to live a simple life, means a lot for me, or to me, and that is what I am basing my own with.
Yes, that's true. A simple life is easier and better,
Yeah.
and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
complicate and less
Mm-hmm.
problems. Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, sister, could you share some of your experiences in this world to our audience?
Oh,
What could you share?
yeah. One of the outstanding experiences I have is, you know, um, being, I find myself as a sister, after I have left my original place, that is the convent where I was. Yeah. Um, I find myself being alone, and that nobody, uh, actually cared for me, that I am on my own. Um, when I started my own, to live on my own as a sister, I was then 38. And you can imagine, all my life I have lived in the convent, not knowing anywhere, not knowing anybody. And it was a very big challenge for me, very big challenge, that what a simple thing a 5-year, 10-year-old person will know, I find it difficult to come in terms with. So my life experience has been that of, I wouldn't say loneliness, but I will say more of alone, with God. And then what I did was to go into myself, try to learn who I am, trying to develop myself, and trying to, in fact, this is the first time I am coming out like this. First time I'm coming out speaking with people that I do not know. Even if I know you, but I just feel like I was still, um, introverted. I was still into myself. So it has given me a lot of um, less confidence, just being only on my own, very shy, and not able to communicate. I lost my, that kind of shyness, like there is some kind of charisma one God blessed you with. It is your own unique charisma. So I tend to lose all these things because I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid of how to talk. So many fears into me. I was in fact shaking, if anybody comes to me, I will be shaking. I just want to be on my own. Yeah, this is it is just I will say that this I started coming out after the death of my dad now, to see what I can do, to conquer this fear, to anxiety, and to do good, to use my, my other quality, to remember my, quality I used to have, to bring it back, and to, you know, make it alive again. So I'm trying to, learn and also improve myself in this aspect. Yeah, this is my experience. And remember, when you have been in a community and then you took yourself out, others will think that you have, you know, you are a traitor or something like that. No, it is because there is something that is passion you have, or something that you are not fulfilled with. So that made you to say, okay, let me try another way. So and you find out that those whom you left behind, they were not even your friend. They are not even there for you, for not even caring. Say, how is this sister doing? How is she? Where is she now? I have been carrying everything in my heart and everything alone. Yeah. So, but having said that, it should not make you to, whatever you find yourself in this life, even when you are alone, pray for the good of the other. Pray for yourself and pray, make sure that you do good, no matter the situation you find yourself. Yeah, one thing I refuse to do is to allow myself to be depressed. And I find myself that human beings, we are nothing. It's only God alone that can give you that fulfillment and that joy that you are looking for. Let's be with God and everything will be okay. Mm.
Everything you said, sister, is so true.
Mm.
I do have the same similar experiences as well as you do.
Mm.
I also felt alone, and
Mm.
I'm an introvert in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody wants to support me and help me. So
That's it. Mm-hmm.
I have to struggle by my own.
Yeah.
So, but everything I do my best, and I
Mm-hmm.
offer my best to God.
Yes.
Everything I do, I try to do my best, and this I give it to God. So I always remember the struggles of Saint Paul and how
Yes.
he preached the gospel, and sometimes he does it alone, sometimes with another disciple. So, but
Yes.
he struggled. But I think he said that he sacrificed everything that he has to Jesus and the gospel and to God. So that give me some kind of strength to
Yes.
on and move
Mm-hmm.
on by myself. So I keep
Yeah.
on going, keep trusting God. Yes, we share the same experiences, sister. So I'm
Wow.
so glad that
Well,
I thought I'm
yeah.
just
May
alone.
God be.
There are a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that's why
Yeah,
I know
thank
the
you so
first
much.
time that there is something there.
Yes, sister.
May God be the glory, or to God be the glory.
Yes,
So
yes,
we
that's true.
have to say, to God be the glory.
So,
May God take the glory. Yeah.
yes, that's true. Amen.
Amen.
Sister, could you tell us your relationship with God right now? Could you explain what is your
Yeah,
relationship?
my relationship with God now, I will say, I have always have a good relationship with God because I trust God so in with all everything. My relationship with God, even when I'm not perfect, but I also pray to be to do my best, to do the best I can for the love of God. And yes, this is I have good relationship with the living God, with the Word of God, and yeah, I remember that, God is always in me, and I always feel that His Spirit leads me all the way through. So uh, I cannot say anything of my life without God. So He is all and all, and He is all. Yeah, He is the all for me. Yeah, yeah, He is the best. He's ultimate and everything I have. So what else shall I say? If not for to love God, to serve Him, and serve humanity for the love of God. Yeah.
I do share the same outlook in for God.
Mm-hmm.
I want to serve God
Mm-hmm.
all my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sister, what do you want to change in this world?
Yeah. What I want to change in this world, as we say, is uh, to make sure to people do not suffer unnecessarily, you know, to share wealth equally, that people will, the people, there will be no poverty. um Nobody is master of the other, because we are all man, we are all human beings, so nobody is above the other. God is the authority of all. So if out of power you claim to rob others of their knowledge, of their power, of their wisdom, and everything they have, um I mean, it is not, I mean, it is not Christian.
Yeah.
And this is what we should change.
Yeah,
um
I agree.
Make sure that people do not suffer unnecessarily, for because of the other arrogancy, or because of the selfishness of the other, or the power the other has over the other. So that is my, yeah, yeah.
Thank you for the.
And I want to see that health are being promoted everywhere. People are given the quality health they deserve, even when they do not know that they deserve it, or they know that they can get it. But give that person that opportunity to live a, something astonishing that he couldn't even have dreamt of, or dreamt about. So this is another way to to change things, you know, and also to those, enlighten the minds of those. Do not conserve it or reserve it for yourself. Be open-hearted, and teach the other, educate the other the way to to be good, to be the way to holiness, the way to grow in wealth, the way to eliminate poverty, so people can live well with themselves and with one another. I hope so.
I praise you. I praise you too, sister. Thank you for your voicing out everything. Um, what do you think the future holds for the people and the world?
I didn't hear that,
Okay.
Vivincia. Can you
Okay.
repeat the question?
Uh, what do you think the future holds for the people and the world? You.
Yeah, the world cannot change. The world remain the same. um as you see, heaven remain the same.
Yeah.
The earth God created remain the same. The future is in the hands of the people. If we decide to blow ourselves down or up and down, it's up to us. Yeah, human beings. If we want to, eliminate poverty, it's up to us. If we want to create harmony, peace in this world, it's up to us, human being. And I believe the future. I believe also in positivity. I believe that future is holds something good for human beings. If I can say like something, people are good. Do you know? People are good because look at uh so many. Look at, take for instance the engineers, what they establish in this world. How the if you go to cathedral, if you see the beauty of a cathedral, the architectural buildings, is it the road, is it the train, you know, these are all these are all good actions, good things people have done for the other to live better, you know. Is it okay? Even this technology we are talking about, these are also to make things a bit lighter for people, even though it is a little bit more complex, not because a lot of the things are, but you know, at the start of it, you know that something better is coming out. Like in those days, if you remember, I don't know, you were too young maybe. Postage, you know, postage used to take us like 2 weeks before we can receive a letter. Take for instance, if my dad writes a letter to me, it takes like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before it can reach. Look at today, you know, I can call my mom today. I can call my. The future is good for people. It's up to us, people, to make good use of this feature, these good things that has come to us, that people has developed. You know, still people are still developing every day. Good things are coming our way every day. So it's up to us to choose whether we to grow with it or to damage it, if you understand what I mean.
Yes, I agree to everything that you said, sister. Awesome take of the world. Um, Kadia, I want to ask you a question about what are your thoughts about good and evil? What can you differentiate from good?
About good,
Yeah, and
about good and evil.
yeah, what do you think is good?
Yeah,
What do you think is evil?
yeah. Well, it is clear. Um, God created one thing, and man chooses to you know, choose two things. You know, either you choose good or you choose evil. So every good thing, even when you do even good things, take for instance, even when you do good things, the word speaks of it, and the word of people sometimes can be the word of God. You see, so when people approve something that is good, it is also seen as being good to before God. You know, but that is, having said that, it is not like today, everything has turned upside down. What used to be condemned is no longer condemned, but or justified. You know, um, for political reasons, for social reasons. You know, so yeah, but you will know when you are telling the truth, when you are saying the real, you know, the real thing, and when somebody is faking. Okay, evil is there. Evil is evil. Evil comes in different ways. It camouflages itself, but at the same time, it cannot. You will see it, and it's up to you. Hello,
Oh,
can you hear me?
yes, sister. I just lost my connection. Okay, sister.
Okay. The good are seen, and it cannot be hidden, while the evil is also seen, and but it's being shown. And you know, whoever, it's up to us all to choose which way to go. If you want to choose good, or if you want to choose evil. But there is no good in evil. Yeah, nothing good in doing a bad thing, or doing, you know, being the evil.
Yeah,
Evil is evil.
yeah.
So I don't know, I have chosen to live a good life. I have chosen to to follow God's way. I've chosen to, inherit also goodness, and this is me, and I hope I can inspire others in doing good and to shun evil,
Yes.
because it's at the end of the day, what you get in evil, doing evil, is ill health,
Yes.
um, on restlessness. You end up contracting, restricting yourself from freedom of being, living in the light.
Yes.
So while, if when you do the right thing, follow the right path, do, that is, you have no fear. That is one thing I have noticed,
Yes.
that if you took, no child of God should fear evil, or should fear anything, because God has given you the armor to subdue evil. So that is my take on that. And this is what I want to encourage every child of God, to not to allow yourself to, to let the devil take over your your being,
Yes.
your life.
Yes. I agree. I agree, sister. So
Mhm.
everything that you said, um, I have learned that in my life too. That
Yeah.
evil does not give you good results. It's actually try to destroy you,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
yeah, destroy everything that you have planned since the beginning. It's nothing good coming. Maybe just temporary kind of good, but that's actually the deep damage,
Yeah.
the deep destruction is right there. Yes. Um, what are your thoughts about the different religions of the world? The different religions.
Yeah, there are different religions in the world. Is My thought is open about religion in the world. I'm a Christian, and I know what I believe, whom I believe in. Um, if you are a Muslim, you know why you are a Muslim, or Islam,
Yeah.
or if you are a Buddhist or Hindu, you know why you are in there. So whatever make you comfortable, wherever you feel you you are comfortable with, or you can be yourself, you can have your own self-expression before the Almighty. It's up to you. It's up to anyone. Religion shouldn't be a cause of war in this world, to be honest. Let everybody, serve him or who he wishes to serve. I don't, to be honest, it's not my problem. I don't have any problem with it. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the Holy Trinity. I believe in Mother Mary. I believe in Catholicism faith and prayers. I believe in that, and that gives me comfort. That gives me joy, and that is what I cannot, go for any other way, because I do not know it, and this is the only way I know. And this way, for me, will lead me to the end of my journey, which is to reach God. That
Yes.
is my belief, and that is,
That's right.
I don't I'm not throwing a stone on any of the other, so they know why they are there. Because I don't know it, I cannot say about it. So it's up to each and every individual to believe or have any religion he or she wishes to have. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you, sister. And we share the same belief, especially the Catholic belief. I always hold them in my heart and keep them. I try to teach people about it little by little, and slowly if they can't
Mhm.
take it all, but I try to teach them
Yeah.
depending upon their level of understanding the Catholic faith.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
Sister, I have heard news about these conflicts going up in the Middle East about this something like Islam attacking people or Muslim or just jihad. They say, what do you think is this? Is this real or just political or what? The plan of an evil person or what?
Yeah, there is reality in that. There is reality in that, even if it is politically motivated. Yeah. But you can see that it's the innocent, the poor innocent ones that are suffering there. Not the big bosses,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, they have the means to fly their family or be somewhere else, where they are protected, where they have security, where nobody can touch them. But they look at the poor masses,
yeah,
look at what is happening in Syria, look at what is happening in so many places in the world, in Africa as well. Look at what is going on there. The rich are not being touched. It's only the poor that
yeah,
are being massacred.
yeah,
Those who have nothing to do with it, they die for what they do not know. And this is so tragic. This is so disheartening from people. You go and bombard the innocent ones, and spare those who are causing the frictions, who are causing the turmoil, who are the cause of the whole troubles. They are being left untouched. Why the poor masses die every day. There is a reality, man. It's a reality. This is happening, and we do not know when it will stop, because they don't seem to get tired of the whole thing, because some group are sponsoring them,
yeah.
so to be able to merchandise their whole war
Campaign.
ammunitions.
Yeah. That's,
So that is a reality.
yeah.
So, and it is a pity. It's
Mm,
really a pity. Some of them are, if you are Christians, they kill you. If you are, but I won't say only Christians, even the Muslims themselves. Look at it. Thousands are dying every day. You know, so it's really a tragedy in our world. Nobody wants to live like that.
yes, that's true. It's sad reality, but so far is
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out who's causing this and why are they doing this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
who do you think is causing this and why are they doing this?
Why they're doing it? Because some of the big the rulers of the world, they do not want to give up, or let another rule, or when they want to a change. Okay. A change, they don't want to step down. So it causes um a lot of trouble, you know and also other countries who have interest in that country also motivates war instead of creating peace.
Yeah.
They induce war,
Mm,
into people's mind, which is, I mean, very very appalling. If you I don't know how they say they make peace um when they cannot, when there is nothing out of that peace federation coming out. So it's still the same. There is no change. There is still war. People are dying. There is
yeah.
bombarding everywhere. So I don't know. It's all political,
Yeah.
religious, all those kind of interests that are being led into having all these uh, all these wars, and all these causing innocent people to die.
Yeah. Uh, for me, based
This
on
is my own. This is what I think. That
yes, sister,
is
that's that
it's
you
it's, a,
you
it's
have a point.
more. yeah,
Mm.
into power,
Yes.
power, you know,
For me, sister,
yeah, power-minded people.
I thought it was mostly political, and they just use
Yeah,
religion. They just use it to so that they
okay,
could influence people. But they are
yeah,
just using religion to justify their wars and stuff like that.
yeah,
So that's my take. Thank you for
I
your
think so too.
take for the.
Mm.
Uh, how about sister? Your prayer life. Could you share anything about prayer or prayer life in our audience for our audience? I think.
Yeah, I say my prayer because I think prayer conquers the mind of God. At least you get in relationship with God more intimately with
Yes.
prayer, and you are able to express yourself. You are determined. You are God speaks to you in that, you feel the spirit of God in you that moves you, to say the words that, that is not, you cannot say in ordinary, way. So, but when you are in the spirit, God speaks in you and speaks through you, and yeah, you get in conversation with God. um, Mostly I converse with God. Not really like prayers per se. I talk to God. I talk to God. I tell him my what I want. I talk to him as a friend, as a father, as as my God, as everything whom I have. So my prayer life is none other than conversation with him, as if, as my friend, not as if, as my God. Yeah. So, and I have rituals. I have like, when I don't have kind of any time. I might be in the spirit any minute, and then I start conversing with God.
Yes.
You know, then the routine ones, maybe early mornings, and then the afternoon prayer, and then the night prayers. So, yeah, which I try to do on my own, since I have been living on that, as a single religious woman.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your share
Mhm.
of prayer life.
And yeah, what I want to share is, sometimes you don't feel like praying, just start talking, or just read a simple um, meditative book,
Yes.
like, or a prayer book, so as to help you get into, in tune,
Yes.
or with God. So
Yes.
some of these prayer books helps,
Yes.
to create that environment, to create that spirit of uh, getting to balance yourself with God. I think prayer is the power, is the armor, and is a way for us to form a strong relationship with God, knowing that we cannot do anything without God.
Yes. I agree to everything that you said, sister. I truly believe it's a way to have a better relationship with God, and I agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
okay, sister. I would like to ask you about spirituality. Can you share any your ideas about spirituality,
About
spiritual life, or spirituality?
spirituality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
spirituality. Yeah.
yes. About
My spirituality is the way I conduct myself, the way I get in spirit with God, the way I meditate and reflect, and as well, uh, try to build, live in spirit with God. At that moment, you are not yourself. You are not. You just try to. um, you are you are selfless.
Yes.
You become selfless
Yes.
and giving yourself to to the hand of the Almighty to take control of
Yes.
your being.
Yes.
um my spiritual life is that of mostly that of prayer life, and that of uh, trying to live the best I can, for love of God and for my own salvation and sanctification of my life, really. And I do encourage people to form the habit of people say that they don't go to church, God is everywhere, or something like that. No, yes, God is everywhere, for certain, but there is also a time of worship, time of giving God glory. You come in together with other people of the same like-minded people who are in the same spirit with you. So you go and worship with them. This helps also to grow, helps us also to grow in spirituality. Sometimes there are retreats, where you can have some kind of think back of how you have been doing, what you need to improve, and your future take relationship, how you can build a stronger and more better relationship with God. So you go to for retreat and hear the word of God, and also think about your life and how to amend wherever you are uh, you 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 are in not in conformity with God with. Yeah.
Yes, I agree everything you said, sister, and look at also for my shortcomings. Thank you for your advices, and I will
Mm-hmm.
set myself right also with God. And my brothers in the missionary also invited me to retreats, and I have been to retreats, and it's an amazing experience. And it uplifts my spirit and enriches my spirit, and I want
Mm-hmm.
to go back to retreats again. Thank you for your advices.
You're
So,
welcome. Mm-hmm.
how about sister? What can you say about people that say they believe only in the materialistic things, that only dive in materialism and does not believe in God or spiritual things? What can you say about that?
Ah, yeah. Well, I just pray for them that one day they will have conversion, and come to light, to come to see what God what God has in store for them. Because even in their own in their darkness, or I should put it that way, if I may put it that way, God loves them.
Yes.
God loves them.
Yes.
And yeah, if anybody says there there is no God, or there is you just have to you don't have the to go and be pushing, oh, there is God, or there is this. Oh, you don't need to. No, just through your action, through what you do, may turn people's heart into believing that there is God, into knowing God more, or into joining you or follow you. You know, so I don't condemn anyone, and I just wish and pray for them, hoping that goodness, that they will turn from their ways, and try to know God in more in the way that God wishes for them as well. Yeah, that's that's the way I see it. And for those who have not, for those who for those of us who do not know, who knows God, and then but do not act in the way that people should learn. It's just what makes people throw people away out of the order. So if our life does not reflect our words, if our action does not reflect what we say, so what is the point? So there's something I wanted to say, which in the meantime is yeah is while I was saying this, it's kept my mind now. So but yeah, the only thing I can say is just continue to be yourself, be whom you are, and also continue to pray for the other.
Yes, sister.
I hope I have answered that question. Yeah.
Yes, sister. You have answered it very well, and I agree to
Mm.
everything you said, and you're right. Thank you for your uh, share. Um,
Mm.
how about sister miracles? Do you have any experience about miracles, and what can you share about miracles and to our audience, and perhaps tell us what is a miracle?
Vision, every day is a miracle.
Yes,
Every
that's
day,
true.
every blessed day
Mm.
you wake up from your bed is a miracle. There's
Yes.
no other miracle.
Mm.
If God has blessed you with life, a new life every day, you know,
Mm.
the every other thing is 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 extra.
Yes.
It's out of God's goodness. It's out of God wants to share that with you. Yeah, another thing is you thought about you said about materialism. you
Mm.
know just look at the life of, if we go to the book of Solomon,
Yes.
or the psalmist, the Psalms, even
Yes.
David and everything. And you know that, oh, what is materialism? What is it? Accumulation of wealth, accumulation of nothingness. you
Mm.
know so all these things, doing you have this, you have that. It's also good to have, but how much do you want to have? At the end of the day, you cannot be in two houses at a time. You cannot be in two cars at a time. You cannot, it's only one. You can only sleep in one bed.
Yes.
So yeah, all these material things we are killing ourselves with is, Solomon had it all. And at the
Mm.
end, what did he say? Vanity upon vanity is all vanity.
Yes.
Look at the kingdom of Solomon, all vanished. The kingdom of David, all gone. You know, even the holiest and the friendliest of God, David. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know, so our life is a miracle. We should be happy, even in the midst of the lack we are talking about. We should also learn to be happy, to be in the Lord.
Yes.
If you're happy in the Lord, you have everything, and it is a sheer joy. It's a peace of mind. All these things you have, you having this does not give you that inner joy, inner peace. It's you with your God, the simple life you live. One book, one bed, one the all. If you have the fundamentals you need in life, the rest is just too much. You don't need them. you know Eat your food the much you can eat, not to be in gluttony. Or eat what you like to eat, and uh you know and drink what you want to drink. But all in a measurable manner, and then you have a good happy life. you know
Yes.
so
And
that's it.
yes,
That's my take on
yes,
those things. Mm.
yes, you are right, sister. The path you said is correct. Yes, most of the people should abide
Mhm.
by it. For
Yes.
me, uh, I wanted to help the church. I wanted to help the poor. So I felt so
Yes.
alone, and I want to gather wealth to give to the church and give to the poor
Yes.
and go back
Mm-hmm.
to the way I was before. But I'm trying my
Yeah.
luck. I'm trying my best to.
Yes, but you have, and these are all services you want to, it's not out of selfish or ego. It's
Mm,
for people, it's for
yes,
others, to serve others. This is
mm,
no, we should not, because of we don't want to have and live, like we
mm,
don't care. No, like these things you mentioned, if you want, like you want to have build a church, you want to promote people's life, you
mm,
see how it is going. It is, you're not even talking about yourself, you're talking of the other people,
yes,
which is self-service, self-giving, and self almost self-sacrifice for another's good,
yes, sister.
you
I
know.
agree with you.
Mm.
I I made promises to my brothers, to my fathers in the church, that I will give them
Mm-hmm.
something someday. So I'm
Oh,
trying my best to get to my goals and provide for them.
yes,
Yes, and provide to the
yes,
community, to the missionary community, to the church. Yes, that's all
yes,
what I'm doing for. And yeah, I'm trying to fulfill my visions and my goals in life, my dreams in the past. I'm trying to fulfill them, and I have to take this chance. Whatever God has provided me, and if I can have it, then if
oh,
God wills it, I'll take it. But I'll
oh,
do my best. I'll do the best that I can
yes,
to
I can
acquire,
see that.
to achieve the vision and dreams that I have in the past, and the promise
Yes,
I have made, I have to keep them. That's why
yes,
I'm doing this, sister.
yes,
Yes, sister.
yes,
Mm.
yes.
Did
Yes, I
you?
totally agree. I totally agree with you, because what you are doing is to build salvation, for mankind, to be honest, to establish good, as we are saying, to make sure people live well, good
Yes,
quality life, healthy, and be happy in
yes, sister.
harmony with each other.
Yeah.
This is all what it's all about.
Yes, sister.
So not for you,
Yes, sister.
not for you.
Yes, I'm doing this sacrifice for God, and I'm doing this for the sake of the plan of God and achieving
Mm.
the dreams and visions that I have for God.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's my reality, and I want it to
Mhm.
come true. And whatever God provides me, I'll do the best of my ability. That's uh,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
and
doing.
God will definitely do it for you. Yeah, He will definitely do it for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, actually, all this wealth, and I don't need it, but it's I need it to achieve the plans of God and the needs of the
Yes.
church and the poor. That is all I wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to do
Oh.
evil.
Oh,
I
you're
want to avoid.
blessed.
Yes, I
You're
hope
blessed.
and pray that everything will go well. And
It
pray
will.
for me, sister, and that God will help me and provide for me despite the
God will
difficult.
help you. God
Thank
will help you.
thank you,
The
sister.
Almighty will help you to achieve your aim.
Yeah, sister.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we will help each other
Okay.
achieve our goals. So,
Amen.
amen.
Yes. Amen.
Okay, sister, I have another question. If you have more time, is that
Yes.
okay? Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Go on.
what are your thoughts about heaven and hell? Could you explain to our audience what's the heaven and what's hell? And what other? What, yes.
Oh,
Yes. Sister.
yeah.
Mm.
Heaven, in our thoughts, we say heaven is where God lives, and Satan lives on the planet, on this
Mm.
planet.
Mm.
No, the heaven is, for me, the heaven is where everything.
where every, I mean, it is unbelievable. I don't think human mind can
Yeah.
even
Yes.
think about what heaven is, or imagine what heaven is. I can't, I can't, I can't really imagine. It is beyond man.
Yeah.
It is,
That's true.
yeah, what God
Mm.
created as heaven. Heaven for me is where all everything that is the best of the best,
Yes.
everything of where the saints, where the angels,
Yes.
where the children of God, whoever that has passed through all the odds of this life, where they are embraced, where they are living a heavenly, that heavenly promised land, or promised um, a place God has established for his own and his people, you know. So, but hell
Mm.
is where all this, the devil and every uproar, war, everything, you know.
Mm.
War is, you know, for me, it's like the darkest and deepest pit,
Yeah.
that is hell for,
Mm.
that is what I understand by hell.
Mm.
And if you do good, you feel like you are in heaven, and you will know, surely you are your own judge, consciousness, in your own consciousness. You will feel, God, I have merited heaven today, and that will inspire you to continue doing good. Whereas if evil and the darkness and the hell exist together, they are, but when you take, for instance, when you are alive, you can always avoid hell. You can always avoid hell. That's why when you are living, you strive to be a better person, the best you can, in order to reach heaven. For yeah, that is what is beyond man. I don't think we have words enough good enough to explain what heaven is. And this is what all of us, children of God, are looking forward to achieve, to inherit at the end of our time, knowing fully that we have passed through God's, all that are required of us on this
Yes.
planet.
Mm.
That's what I can think for now.
Yes, sister. I agree to everything that you said. So far, wonderful uh, experiences that you shared, the knowledge that you provide for our audience today. And but we have to close this podcast because we have gone so much hours providing for our audience. But it's a wonderful experience with you, and we want
Yeah,
to have you here again with us and
thank you.
provide more knowledge to the audience to make them more closer to God and make them more know God and love God and serve God as well as we do,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
do more
Mm-hmm.
to the life that it's given them and to help others as well. And that is
Yes.
also my goal for humanity and to
Yeah.
achieve the reward that they and the life that deserving the humanity that has been given by God to us. So thank
Mm-hmm.
you again, Sister Ihechi, for the wonderful interview you have given us. You shared every experience, your
Thank you
knowledge
so
about
much. Thank you. I'm so
spiritual life
blessed to
and
have,
about God.
yeah, to
Yeah,
share this with you
such a
too.
huge blessing, and the amount of ideas that you have provided us is overwhelming. And I hope the
Amen.
audience can gain a lot from this interview.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you once
I
again,
hope so
Sister
too.
Hechi, and God bless you. And I thank the audience and Creator of Mankind for listening. I hope to see you again next time. God bless.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sister.